In this video, I'm giving my thoughts and feelings on Call of Duty Modern Warfare in 2020. This is my first impression, first thoughts and opinions on the game since playing it for about a week or so. Keeping that number in mind though, I've actually managed to put a day's worth of gameplay into the game already. So it's safe to say that I've been going really hard at Modern Warfare, and I just wanted to collect the best possible opinion and give it a validated approach, so I could honestly definitively say that here's the good, here's the bad, and these are the finer details that you might want to focus on. With that said, this is my opinion so far, and because it is my opinion, don't be getting too rattled about it. There's really no need to be toxic. So with that said, let's get into what I think is actually bad about Modern Warfare, and things that probably will not change in the future too. So if you are a future naut, hello. How's that wasteland we've left behind? What's that, extremely terrible you do say? Just like the camping in Call of Duty Modern Warfare? Ah yes, that leads me on to my first point. The rumours of this game and its camping nature are not greatly exaggerated whatsoever. It is essentially the infinite truth. It is fact at this point. Everyone and their grandma wants to camp on this game and protect their KD. I do not understand this. This means if you are a player like me who likes to rush objectives, likes to run and gun and get some kills along the way, which is the classic way of doing Call of Duty really, because this is still essentially an arcade shooter with some more realistic things here and there. You'll most definitely take a few L's along the way and also a few deaths here and there. This will happen in most certainly every game mode that you play, although Boots on the Ground War actually suffers a little less in this area. But with that said, in that game mode you still have snipers that want to camp out in buildings, so basically the entire game really suffers with it. The only one game mode that is actually kinda passable is the 1v1. This is because the 1v1 has radar always on, and actually it was one of the game modes that I enjoyed the most when playing it. It was actually a ton of fun to get people to rage quit and forfeit the game, which actually happens more times than not. And swinging back to campers, the best way that I found to deal with them was to blind fire an RPG in the camping spots that I thought people would be. This actually led to some epic moments and can actually be really fun to make them rage, especially if they are protecting their KD so much. I would say there's just as much camping going on in this game as Call of Duty Ghosts, and even more so probably. Honestly, I find it way too boring to play that way. Call of Duty should always be about running, gunning and having fun. Now onto the second point, which actually might be a little bit controversial, although there are many forums out there, many people that have already talked about this on YouTube as well, and I think many people would agree that there's something going on with hit detection in this game. There is also some weird prioritization for players that have worse internet. There's a lot of ghosting of bullets, which if you don't know is basically like when you fire a bullet, it does absolutely nothing. Whether or not it's actually hit the target, you could be shooting someone in the head, and would actually be no hit marker. Furthering that point, the angles seem a little bit off. You could be behind cover, but in someone else's game you're not quite behind the cover. Players' games don't seem to sync up as well as they should. Now granted, this is more of an issue, and these issues are actually more issues when it comes to crossplay, as for the majority of the time when I get into a keyboard and mouse game only, there really doesn't seem to be many issues. Although I have noticed, and this is probably just in my game, when I use a controller I still get paired with keyboard and mouse players. Honestly, as you know, I've only been using the control pad for about 7 months now, so it really doesn't go down too well for me. And yeah, it's quite the painful experience, let's just say. These issues are very inconsistent. Sometimes I get issues, sometimes a game can go perfectly well and I don't get any issues at all. This could just be growing pains with cross-platform gaming, because not many games are supporting it. Hopefully as games do come out more and more support is going towards crossplay, these kind of issues won't happen in the future. For the majority of the time, the FPS that I'm getting is very great, although I do put my game to low settings at 1080p in order to get the max frame rate that I can for a 144Hz monitor. What you're seeing now is the game in such, and as you can tell, the game actually still looks pretty decent. It doesn't quite look as good as something like Battlefield 1 in its lowest settings, but it's still a decent enough visual experience when playing. And really, it's more about gameplay, and boy, this game has variety. It has so many great game modes, to the classic 6-on-6 deathmatch, domination, and the game modes that you have become more of accustomed to, and newer game modes like the 10v10 and the Mosh Pit version, like the aforementioned Boots on the Ground War and the War game mode. There is also gunfight and tournaments as well that you can actually get unique things from. And not to mention the hardcore variations as well. I would say for the 99%, there is a game mode that will probably suit you. In 2020, as you would imagine, there is virtually no wait time whatsoever unless you have cross-platform enabled. This could be if you are on the PC and you're pairing with people on the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Usually this can be who's in your party, the diversity of skill level, and other factors when it comes to matchmaking you, because it tries to average out and tries to get the best possible game. This can result in longer wait times. Usually the bigger the party, the longer you've got to wait. It was actually cross-platforming that I was most interested in, and boy does this game get some brownie points for that. I really have had a ton of fun on this game, pairing with people on PlayStation, pairing with people on the Xbox One, being on my PC. It is a shame about some of the issues that I did talk about earlier on, but quite honestly, it's all worth it to be more connected to your friends. Even if you do have those moments where you get absolutely shat on by someone using a control pad, and they go ahead and 360 no-scope you. I'm here, boy.
Watch this, watch this.
I can't even see the replay. Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go.
What was that?
That was just bullshit. What health have we got on? I'm calling BS to that one. Your shot should have gone to Africa. Like, dude, come on, it was my first time playing. You want to pull that out? Don't worry, Mr. Logic, I will have my revenge. Revenge tastes sweeter when served cold. Now honestly, I do believe this game is worth considering. It's especially worth considering if you are a bit of a lone wolf on PC like myself. Sure, I have some people who can play games with me, but not so many, and a lot of my friends are actually on console. The value in camaraderie, communication with pals, with good old buddies, is a bit priceless. Therefore, it does make the price of the game itself somewhat obsolete to me. It has already been noted that there are cheaters playing the game. People already do have aimbots for this game. With that said, I actually haven't come across anyone that I think is suspicious. This could be because I'm quite new to the game, and also because I refuse to camp. So I might be actually getting into easier lobbies, so the people that are pwning like 49 kills out of people aren't probably going to be in my lobby. Altogether, I really do like the guns, the attachments, the gameplay, the game mode variety, the connectivity with friends, and overall I do sum it up as a pretty decent game. I believe it does have some growing issues, and not to mention for Activision to go and give survival and exclusive to PlayStation was absolutely ridiculous. But all in all, if you do like the good points that I have mentioned in this video, then Call of Duty Modern Warfare is probably worth your time and your money. Just before I end this video, I want to ask you, have you experienced any weirdness, any voodoo magic of networking or anything going on where you feel like you most definitely got a kill? You put like 3 headshots into someone and some body shots, and yet they pwned you with only 3 bullets? Let me know, especially if you're on the PC platform, because that's what I'm playing it on, or maybe you've been experiencing some of this on console as well. Let me know down in the comments. Anyway, I've been Jaguar from Tech Evolved. This has been my look, my first impressions of Modern Warfare. If you liked today's content, you can like this video. You can dislike it if you thought it sucked. If you really did enjoy this video, then maybe subscribe to the channel. I'm not even joking right now, I would love to see you become a part of the Team Tech Evolved community, because you might just find that we're all just like-minded gamers just like you. With that said, I've been Jaguar, this has been Tech Evolved, and I'll see you in the next video.